Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, children of God. Thanks so much for dropping by. Wow, it's hot in here. Hold on, the signal's not so good. There we go. Yeah, so thanks so much for joining in. So I got a really interesting comment on the channel today that I wanted to respond to. The person wrote, just the fact that someone is there with us doing Einstein is awesome moral support. Sometimes it is all we need in our initial journey with healing. Now, I couldn't agree more with this person on multiple levels. First of all, there's power. First of all, let's get at the absolute truth. There is infinite, limitless power, God, that is available to help all of us. Next, it's our job to open and receive it, to take that energy in. Then there's the power of doing it with other people, even doing it remotely. While doing these gatherings, we've had 8 actual healings occur just through gatherings that I've led, much less all the gatherings all around the world. So even though we're connecting by computer, even though we're literally all around this world, that isn't a hindrance to this group work. Really, and from my point of view, whenever 2 people get together and tune in, it makes it stronger. Now, that's not to say we shouldn't tune in on our own. I absolutely disagree with anyone who says, I adamantly disagree with anyone who says, oh, you should only tune in by groups. I think that's completely contrary to what Bruno Groening taught. However, simultaneously, to ignore the power of tuning in with another person or a group, we don't want to ignore that either. So it's like we don't want to ignore I try not to ignore the power of tuning in on my own, but also the power of tuning in with other people. So I'm very grateful that, to this particular person or anyone else, that I can serve as an inspiration, or that someone feels support with tuning in live or tuning in with the videos that I watch. One of my goals is that people all around the world do their own version of what I'm doing, share the teachings of Bruno Groening, and share tuning in with other people. So you don't have to be, I'm nobody special. You don't have to be anyone special to facilitate tuning in for others. And I ask you to do it for the sake of this world. This world needs the life force. It needs the divine energy. So please share this practice with your friends. Lead tuning in groups. Start your own YouTube channel. Spread the good news that there is a sacred divine energy that helps and heals. And again, now this doesn't mean that you should or you have to, but keep an eye out for evil, because evil will send you the thoughts saying, oh, I'm nobody. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I'm not as good as Arthur. I didn't meet Bruno Groening personally like Greta Hausler, so I can't lead meetings. Or keep an eye out. Evil will do everything it can to stop this work. That's evil's job. Two things: to disconnect us from God and to interfere with this divine work. That's all evil's up to. So that doesn't mean you have to or you should, but I want to encourage everyone to strongly consider sharing this with other people, with their friends, or leading their own tuning in groups, finding your own way. I found YouTube. What's your way? I would be dead. I would be dead if someone, this wasn't someone who was paid, someone took it upon themselves to share these teachings. I would literally be dead if my first the person who introduced me to Bruno Groening's teachings. You can save a life. You can absolutely save a life through sharing these teachings. Why? Because you have the infinite power of God behind you. You also have Bruno Groening, and I would argue Jesus Christ as well. But for a fact, we all know that Bruno Groening is a fierce helper. So if you take up this work and share it, you're not doing it on your own. You've got the infinite power of God, and you've got Bruno Groening at your back. And so I also feel it very important to make it clear that I'm not a guru. I'm not some great teacher or sage. I'm no Bruno Groening. I think I'm a Bruno Groening in potential. I have the same thing within me, but I think everyone does. And I think I've made a little progress on the path of being more like Bruno. But I just want to be crystal clear. I'm no one's guru or saver. I'm just one part of, the phrase circle of friends. When we hear that now, we think of the organization started by Greta Hausler. But that's not how Bruno Groening, that's like a registered trademark organization, the Bruno Groening Circle of Friends. But when Bruno Groening was in his body, that's not how he used the word. He used the phrase circle of friends. He wasn't referring to an organization. He was referring to all of us, that all of us who take in this energy, all of us who strive to practice Bruno's teachings, all of us who look to Bruno as a friend and helper, and all of us in our own way who share this energy or teaching. We're a part of the circle of friends, the circle of friends of Bruno Groening. And again, I would argue of Christ. So you are a part of the, if you're watching this and you're not new to this channel and you've said yes to Bruno's teachings and you've asked Bruno Groening for help, in some way, you're called the Circle of Friends. Bruno Groening started it in 1949. Again, this isn't an organization I'm talking about. It's you could say spiritual association, in that we all are associated in spirit. So the question is, what's your part in this? Maybe it's your part to just tune in and ask for other people. That's a very powerful thing, to pray and to receive this energy and ask that it bless other people. And this is one of, I consider, the most important aspects of Bruno Groening's teaching, which is our need for help. Yes. GC wrote, hello, friends. Yes. Hello, friends of Bruno Groening. So Bruno Groening was quite adamant that as human beings, we need the divine. And until we're able to stand on our own 2 feet, we need a spiritual helper, such as Bruno Groening. Bruno never said he was the only helper. And I don't know that Bruno Groening ever said this, but my sense is we also need to tune in for each other and believe for each other. That's my feel. That's my view. I think Bruno would agree with it, but we'll have to ask him when, I don't know, he comes back or we meet him on the other side. But so it's very precious to tune in for other people, but more importantly, Bruno was adamant that we need a spiritual helper until we don't. Once you're to the point where you're able to directly receive the divine current, and once you can say, I am stronger than evil, then at that point, you may not need a spiritual helper anymore. Before that, Absolutely needed. And Bruno Groening is a fine helper. He's an excellent helper and an excellent friend with a capital F. Just try it for yourself. Ask Bruno Groening for help and see what happens. It's really exciting. I have a friend who's really a personal friend who's really into this teaching lately, and she's just started asking Bruno for help, and she's amazed with the results she's getting. So don't take my word for it. Find out for yourself. So let's spend a little time taking in the divine energy, observing the body, having the intention to take this energy in. And let's ask for all the friends of Bruno Groening. Let's ask for all those who are striving for the good in so many ways. And let's ask for Mother Earth herself. Thank you so much for joining in. Thanks for saying hi, Jisoo. Have yourself a beautiful, beautiful day of connection, communion with the divine, and service to the divine. Take care.